Hello everyone and welcome to our special broadcast at the finish line from the 45th Royal Victoria Marathon. I'm Jeff King with my former colleague and buddy Tyler Bennett, who now works with Roll Focus. Great to see you, and what a great morning.
Oh, it's great to be back, Jeff. It's great to be alongside you once again. 6 years in the making, and yeah, it's so cool to be here at the finish line every year that we've been down here. So many great stories, so many smiles, hugs, cherishes families. It's really, you got to be here to feel it.
Yeah, 100%. Love being at the finish line, and the numbers were just incredible. 15,500 plus at the start line today for the 8K, the half marathon, and the full marathon. And at this finish line, you know everyone's got a special story as to why they're running.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, in this next half an hour, you are going to hear some incredible stories, much like those of Michael Bahanas, who a year ago didn't even finish this race. He had a cardiac arrest, and he was back here this morning. He finished the race, all smiles. And Tom Howard, the first winner of this marathon. Lots of good stories coming up in the next half hour.
Yeah, Tom Howard, 77 years old, and we're going to reminisce back to 1980 when he broke the tape. 700 runners back at that first one 45 years ago. Well, everyone lined up today to be the first one across the finish line, and let's look back at today's elite winners.
3, 2, 1.
The 45th annual Royal Victoria Marathon had clear skies to begin the race as the top runners from over 33 countries participated in this year's event. And while the course conditions stayed dry for the majority of the race, rain and wind would play a factor towards the second half of the race as the runners looped around Cattle Point, while the half marathon filled the streets in Fairfield and Oak Bay. For the men's marathon, it was Vancouver's Louis Marmar Marouk taking home the top spot with an impressive time of 2 hours, 24 minutes, and 28 seconds.
Lewis, tell us about your race.
My race was so good. Yeah, I love the weather, and then just the people itself, they just made me run so fast.
Yeah.
And compared to other races whereby there are no people in the course, you just run by yourself. But this one, there's so many people, and they just give you morale to keep moving forward, you know? Yeah, I love running here in Victoria.
And on the women's side, it was a blazing time for Lethbridge product Cassandra De Winter as she crossed the line as the top female with a time of 2 hours, 39 minutes, and 52 seconds.
Congratulations. I want to start with this. Mother of a 9-month-old just wins the 45th Royal Victoria Marathon. How'd that feel?
Really good, really good, yeah. Exciting. You guys have a beautiful city, so honestly amazing. The boardwalk was amazing. It's very different than Lethbridge, so I really thoroughly enjoyed it.
On the half marathon side, it was Kelowna's Russell Pennick taking home the top spot with a time of 1 hour, 5 minutes, and 15 seconds. And for the women, it's Calgary's Claire Sumner finishing with a time of 1 hour, 15 minutes, and 10 seconds to capture this year's women's crown. So here are your top 10 finishers, starting with the women's elites. Lots of local talent to showcase here as there's 5 Islanders in the top 10, led by Christine Bant of Victoria, who finishes with a time of 2 hours, 48 minutes, and 35 seconds. To the men's elites now, and not as much local representation here, but Victoria's Clifford Childs rounds out the top 10 with a time of 2 hours, 33 minutes, and 20 seconds. In the women's half marathon, we have a trio of top 10 island finishers led by Kylie Ackford of Victoria, and nice to see Nanaimo in the top 10 as well. To the men's half now, and there's a pair of Islanders in the top 10, Jack Stanley from Victoria and Nicholas Girotte from Nanaimo. Congrats to those two. And finally, the 8K road races on the women's side. There's a plethora of South Islanders, including Sydney's Sarah Price finishing 5th. And it's Victoria's own Liam Donnelly taking home the 8K title this year with fellow Islander Game Van Heswick right behind him to round out our top 10 finishers. So there are your winners of the 45th annual Royal Victoria Marathon. And while the elites, yes, they're a part of the race, it's all about the community here, and nothing better than the kids run.
Yeah, to watch the beginning of the kids run is actually, you know, something special about this year in, year out. They're the runners of tomorrow, but we followed them today, the Thrifty Foods Kids Run.
3, 2, 1, let's go!
Hundreds of kids dashed off the start line on Saturday morning for the 1 kilometer race that finishes at the beautiful Willows Beach Park. And the great thing about Kids Run is that the partial proceeds go towards Kids Sport Greater Victoria, which gets kids off the sidelines and into organized sports. There were also over $1,500 in cash prizes awarded to the top elementary schools participating in the Kids Run this year. And the smiles per hour were off the charts, and we got a chance to catch up with some of the athletes after the race.
I had a great time running the marathon today.
Did you have fun?
Yeah.
What was your favorite part?
The end.
Sorry?
The end.
The end?
I had fun running with everyone today.
You like being with all the other kids as well? No?
Here with former Olympian Bruce Deacon and 15,500. Did you ever think you'd see that number?
It was amazing. It's just like so incredible to see how many people are out. The energy here is fantastic. It's like this is the place to be on Thanksgiving Sunday.
It sure is, and I mean, I know the course is world class and it's a destination run for a lot of people, but it's really the locals, it's the islanders that make this event truly special.
It is really special, and it's always been a joy to be part of this. And I know a lot of people locally that this is like the highlight of their running year.
Right.
Everybody is it, you know, and yeah, it's just an amazing event.
Talk about the running community now. I mean, you've been part of it for so many years. I mean, you know, when you look at the numbers of today, is it bigger and stronger than ever?
Well, I think for this, I mean, a lot of our numbers, 60% of the numbers come from people from out of town.
Right.
I think that there's a lot of running clubs now. The scene is really thriving. You've got a lot of people doing races and go out to the trails and, you know, around the lakes and stuff like that. It's always really crowded on a you know, Saturday morning or something like that. So there's a lot of people running. It's a great sport to be in.
Let's talk about the volunteers here, because this doesn't tick without the volunteers and the medical staff and, you know, Kathy Noel and, you know, the people that, you know, tomorrow they'll start planning next year. But talk about the volunteers and everyone that sort of, you know, in behind the scenes make this thing work.
Yeah, it's incredible to see the army of people that are involved with this. And they're all fired up. And there's people. I was at the banquet last night and we were at a table with people that had been volunteered for, you know, since early 2000, you know, they've been around so long, and just this is such an important part of their life and their contribution to the community.
Yeah. And then lastly, what's it like standing by, not running this event? Because I know how much you love to be out there running.
You know, I was just talking to my wife about it. I don't miss the racing.
Really?
It's hard work, and it's, you know, if you're gonna run, it's fun. If you're gonna race, it's hard. And so there's that difference. I love running, but I don't miss racing. Yeah.
I've always been a runner, not a racer. Great seeing you, Bruce.
Good.
Yeah. There he is, Bruce Deacon. He needs no introduction, but that's why I'm getting paid this morning is introduce people. Rob Reed, Mr. Running here on Vancouver Island.
Napoleon Dynamite.
And Napoleon Dynamite's doppelganger, 15,500. You must be
Yeah.
blown away with that number.
Oh, it's fantastic. Like 33 countries, you know, and all the provinces, and a lot of people, you know, our neighbors down to the south came and might want to move here. So, yeah, it's amazing.
Why? Why this race? Why the numbers this year?
Well, we're a destination, you know, Victoria tourism and everything is up. You know, a lot of us relocated here, and, you know, I've been here 37 years, and more people want to live here once they know. You know, we're so close to nature and the environment. I think we have the highest percentage of runners per population in Victoria. A lot of that's got to do with weather, and, you know, it's like it feeds off everything. You know, everybody's just wanting to get fit. I had a guy come in the store the other day and said, I need a pair of running shoes. I said, what for? He says, everybody runs here. And it was just good. So fortunate for some of us, you know, it really works. But a lot of us that had family that we've lost through health conditions, you know, we're just fortunate that we're all taking up a healthy lifestyle here on the island. And it's just great,
I totally agree with that. Let's talk about the course, because, you know, for those that haven't run it before, you know, they get out there on the waterfront and they're blown away, and those that have run it before come back a lot of them because of this great course.
Yeah, they run it the first time, and the problem is they get really upset when they finish because they say they slowed down to look at the view for so long, and then they come back another year to run it again, you know, and say, I've seen the view, okay, I'm going to run really fast. But yeah, it's really beautiful, just, you know, looking over to your right and then passing the Terry Fox statue twice that we put up 20 years ago this weekend. We unveiled it with Terry's brother that's visiting us this weekend. So yeah, there's a lot going on, and, you know, even though the garage sales in Oak Bay might be cash and carry, the runners seem to get through there okay.
Let's talk about the volunteers. Let's talk about the people that make this thing tick, because without the volunteers and the people that are cheering out on the course, speak to both of those.
Yeah,
Rob.
well, thanks to Kathy Noel that's been doing this for over 25 years as a race manager for us. She's been incredible at gathering volunteers. Somebody says it's like Hotel California, because once you get in, you're not going to get out. And,
You're on fire this morning!
But it's just amazing, though. We've got, over 1,200 volunteers, and they do a phenomenal job. And everybody's welcome. And everybody wants to come back and work on the event because the energy is just so strong, and everybody really appreciates just the fitness festival this really is.
Then lastly, those gloves. I mean, every year I look at those gloves because you stand at this finish line and you try and shake as many people's hands as possible, and those hands have been just about everywhere during the race. How great is it for you to be able to be at that finish line shaking hands?
Yeah, I mean, we've watched this event grow, and just to think of the people that come from all over the place. And so, it's really a PR move just saying thanks for coming to Victoria, and they really appreciate that. And, everybody's got a story to tell. It's phenomenal.
100%.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, put her there. No, I'm not touching you. I don't know where that's been. Good seeing you, buddy. Stick around, much more from the finish line of the 45th Victoria Marathon coming up after a short break.
At Cooper Pacific, you're investing in a local family business.
You get exposure to BC's commercial real estate market with diversification and long-term stability.
And you're backed by a wealth of experience in the industry.
Cooper Pacific, real estate, real investments, real returns.
Sometimes carpets get dirty. It's a good thing Nationwide Carpet Cleaning can make them clean again. We offer multi-room packages with a money-back guarantee. And did we mention we also clean furniture? Nationwide Carpet Cleaning, service that works for you.
Living in the best community deserves the best towing services with 24/7 fast, safe, and reliable assistance. You may not know what the road will throw at you, but know your community tow truck company has you covered. West Shore Towing, here, there, and everywhere.
Arbutus Foods. Real food, simplified. Your chef on the side.
Nexus is your local modular home builder. We produce high-quality homes and garden suites with flexible designs. Fast, affordable, efficient, and CSA approved. Built right here in Cobble Hill. Start building for your future at nexusmodular.ca.
Morning, James.
A good day's work means helping Dana find everything he needs for his customer's new fence, checking off the list for Marcel's new paint project, and assisting Brent to stock plumbing parts for his apartment complex. Being independent means listening to our customers and stocking those hard-to-find products. For those who wish they'd come here first, Castle Building Centers, proudly independent.
With Precision Marble Bath and Shower, we've been Victoria's custom bathroom specialists for years. And Precision Marble Bath and Shower is better than ever. Our tub to shower conversions are a legendary value. For the cost of a beautiful soaker tub, you could have a walk-in shower. Custom manufactured right here in Victoria. That's how we can offer a lifetime warranty. Enjoy accessible bathing with a Precision Marble shower. Precision Marble Bath and Shower. See the quality for yourself and visit our showroom today.
Help the Upside discover downtown for Small Business Week from October 20th to 23rd.
We're partnering with the Downtown Victoria Business Association to promote small business.
Because there's no downside when you think local.
Hello and welcome back to the finish line of the 45th Annual Royal Victoria Marathon. That's Jeff King, I'm Tyler Bennett, and 15,500 runners coming across this finish line over the past 2 days, and what a great turnout by Victoria. Now it's time for a story of one runner who last year had a really tough time midway through the course.
Yeah, that's an understatement. Michael Bahanas had cardiac arrest, 6K into last year's marathon. He was back here this morning. He ran the 8K and we bumped into him, and what a remarkable story.
Life isn't a race, but from the time we get here, we're all on the clock. But if you're a runner, time is always of the essence, especially on race day.
I remember thinking thoughts of, I'll do my best. Will I get a personal best? Probably not at this stage of my life.
When Michael Bahanas laced him up October 13th for the 8K distance of the Royal Victoria Marathon, it was no big deal. He's 68. He loves this stuff.
I remember getting out of my car going, it's a great day for a race, locking my car door, and then that was it. I woke up 3 days later at the Royal Jubilee Hospital.
He doesn't know exactly where it happened, only that it was near Ogden Point. Michael had a massive heart attack, and when he hit the ground, the real race against the clock began. While we can't overstate the importance of immediate action, here's an understatement.
I was at the right place with the right people at the right time.
Course marshals alerted the volunteer bike crew med students who began CPR. A cardiologist with paddles showed up immediately with St. John's Ambulance.
Initial efforts from the bike crew were very important. The initial efforts of others arriving also really important, but ultimately this person needed to get to the hospital.
BC Ambulance got him there. He was put in a medically induced coma for 3 days at Royal Jubilee Hospital.
I got a phone call from Jubilee saying that he'd had a heart attack and he was there.
Most people wouldn't know exactly what that means. Louise, though, was a cardiac nurse for 40 years at Royal Jubilee Hospital. She knew that each passing second could mean worst-case scenario.
Worst-case scenario, to me, would be him surviving this happening, but not being who he was anymore.
But after they woke Michael up, against all odds, he was still the same Michael. And Louise should know.
We're high school sweethearts.
And still are, thanks to a medical miracle.
And I'm still wrapping my head around the fact that he's still here beside me.
10 people are the reason Michael is beside her, and tonight they're being honored with a BC Emergency Health Services commendation letter and challenge coin. Michael and Louise will be there to say thank you face to face.
And I'm looking forward to actually saying it to them.
It should be known Michael is a little different.
There are things that now I've probably taken for granted, and not anymore.
And he's actually listening to some of the things I've been trying to tell him for a long time. Like...
As for running, well, that's down the road, and there'll be time for that.
Well, a year ago, this young man here, Michael Bahanas, ran the marathon, or at least started the marathon, 6K in, had a heart attack, and you're back at her today. Let's look back at a year ago right now, and
Sure.
You say you don't really remember much.
No, I remember parking my car, looking and make sure it was double locked, looking at the day. It was a wonderful day here in Paradise. Next thing you know, I'm at the Royal Jubilee 3 days later.
Yeah. How are you today?
I am absolutely wonderful.
Yeah. Were you nervous this morning? You know, you ran the 8K. Were you nervous? What did the wife say, or how did it go this morning?
My wife was really cautious. She's a retired cardiology nurse, so she knows the whole drill from both sides now. But when I got here, my son-in-law was with me. He was my running buddy. A little nervous, to be truthful, but up until that, no ill effects. My cardiologist said the more you're broken, the quicker you heal, and I'm healed.
Yeah, you are. And then lastly, you know, the people that jumped to your rescue last year, I know we've done stories on it before, but I know how thankful you are.
If I could say one thing, CPR saved my life. I was resuscitated 7 times, 8 broken ribs, a broken sternum, a punctured lung. Small price to pay for CPR. We were fortunate enough to give awards. There were 75 people, unpaid volunteers, involved in my recovery here at the marathon. And the thing that got me, when they were done with me, they restocked and went and helped others. Wow. All volunteers.
Yeah. Good to see you, my friend.
Okay,
Glad you're healthy.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, there he is. Well, the marathon started in 1980, and this man, Tom Howard, won that first race 45 years ago. Do you remember that morning?
Not too well. Things are getting a little fuzzy.
But do you remember the finish?
I remember the finish, yeah. And a great, enthusiastic crowd, and yeah, just so supportive.
Yeah. What were the numbers that first year? Do you remember what the numbers of the marathon were?
I believe it was around 700.
Was there?
Yeah. So that I think shows how the marathon has grown, because the first time I ran a marathon was in 1972, and there was only 32 people in that one.
Wow. So 15,500 participating in the 3 runs this year. Does that blow you away? I mean, you're an Islander, and you know how, fanatical people are about running in this community, but that number's pretty huge.
It is huge, and it's just wonderful. It just keeps on growing, and it's a healthy, active community.
Are you, do you look back at this event and, being an Islander again, how proud are you to have won that first Royal Victoria Marathon?
I was most proud actually when I was able to come down here with my son and other extended family members, and some of them have run the half marathon or the marathon or the kids' shorter run. Yeah, so I've always enjoyed coming with them and then kind of reliving and telling the story then.
You capped it at 49 marathons run. People want to know what you're doing today because you look healthy and happy.
I'm definitely happy, and the health is not exactly what I would like it to be because the legs are not good enough to run well.
Right.
And but otherwise, I try to remain active and try to do things with the grandkids, 10 of which we have now.
Oh, good for you. Well, that'll keep you running. That'll keep you hopping. Tom Howard, the winner of the first Royal Victoria Marathon back in 1980. Good seeing you, my friend.
Good to be here again.
Yeah, there he is, and time for a short time out here, but more coverage of the 45th Royal Victoria Marathon coming up after a short break. Stick around.
The island knows good food, and Bread and Butter brings you behind the scenes. Join hosts Kaylin McNeil and Sam Jones.
Have you been talking to my staff?
No. Streaming now. Bread and Butter, brought to you by Big Wheel Burger. Real food, fast.
Are your old boots getting tired? Time for a new look? Well, boot season is officially on at Walk-In Comfort. Check out the latest styles. At Clark's, our boots are designed with style and practicality in mind. Explore our collection of ankle boots and Chelsea boots in leather and suede, plus stylish waterproof boots for fall and winter. Find your perfect pair. Walk in comfort with 5 locally owned island locations. Ask about our frequent buyer plan.
Since 1967, Island Marble has been Victoria's bathroom specialist. Thank you for making us part of your renovation journey over the years. We promise to keep delivering expert craftsmanship and outstanding service. Discover the possibilities at Island Marble.
Archie Johnstone Plumbing and Heating, a full-service mechanical contractor since 1954. From emergency service to preventative maintenance, commercial to residential, Archie Johnstone Plumbing and Heating. We're plumb serious about plumbing. Visit us at ajph.com.
Can getting consistent returns on your investment be that simple? The answer is yes. For 30 years, Fiskard Asset Management has enabled thousands of investors to earn income secured by valuable real estate property. Build a brighter financial future at Fiskard Asset Management.
You may ask, what is Fern & Crow? Well, they're cute, comfy, crazy, educational, eco-friendly, enlightening, artistic, amusing, naughty, hilarious, personal, practical, retro, gourmet, stylish, and sparkly. They are your one-stop local gift shop. Unique gifts for every occasion. Every visit is an adventure in itself. Fern & Crow Victoria. Escape the ordinary.
Hey there, friends. Welcome back to the finish line of the 45th Royal Victoria Marathon. Jeff King along with Tyler Bennett, and pretty special day to say the least.
Pretty special day. I know it looks like it was pouring rain all day, but it's just in the last hour here. The majority of the race nice and dry, good weather, and you know, one of the things I think a lot of people don't realize is how much work this takes to put this event on each and every year, and no one knows that better than Kathy Noel, the race director for the last 25 years. And Jeff, you got a chance to catch up with Kathy just a few minutes ago.
Well, the Royal Victoria Marathon's all about numbers. We're celebrating the 45th. Kathy Noel's the race director, celebrating her 25th. That's right. And then let's talk numbers, 15,500. What a number.
Amazing, 15,000. And when you saw people, everyone starting, and all shapes and sizes and ages, and it gave me goosebumps.
Gives me goosebumps at the finish line because you know that every single person that comes across here, whether it's the 8, the half, or the marathon, they have a story.
They do. They all have a story, and they're there for different reasons, whether they're raising money for charity or they're supporting a partner. They're doing it for the first time. So when we were asking the marathoner and the half marathoners how many are first time, and so many people raised their arms and cheered, and they're super excited.
So for the first timers, They get out there and see this course. I mean, it blows people away how beautiful it is.
It is, yes. And we have over 65% are from outside of Greater Victoria. And we certainly encourage people when they come to actually go and check out the course. Yeah. So it's not a total surprise. Yeah. So not sure how many people did that or not, but a lot of people will be looking for inspiration, whether it's out looking for whales or just trying to catch the people that are in front of them.
What is it about this race? I mean, the volunteers, you know, the committee, there's so many things that goes into making this thing tick the way it does each and every year.
I always look at our committee, our board, all of our volunteers, we are a family. Yeah. And when you look at all of the people running around going, okay, yes, I'm doing my job, but I'm helping others. And it's just the energy. It's like, okay, what can I do to help? And people are so enthusiastic.
45. I mean, what a great anniversary. How proud are you that this great event in our community is 45 years young?
It's amazing, and yes, being involved for 25 years, and there's so many great memories. We had a dinner last night, and the people like Evan Figg and Brian and Norma Sharp, all these people that have been on my committee in the past, how many years, they have come back, and there's just so many connections.
Final word for you. You look into that camera and thank our volunteers, because I know without this doesn't go.
The volunteers are amazing, and with 1,500 volunteers, we couldn't do it without you. Getting people to the start line, we look at motivating, inspiring, and educating all of our participants, as well as the general community. And so huge thank you to Greater Victoria and all of our sponsors and our volunteers.
Congrats on 45 and 25.
Thank you so much.
Here with Daryl Fox, Terry's brother, and 20 years ago the monument unveiled here in Victoria. All these runners run past Terry at mile 0. That's got to feel special.
Feels very special. In fact, they run by Terry twice, so I made reference to that at the start line today. So it's an honor and a privilege to be here. We're celebrating the 45th anniversary of the Marathon of Hope, and the Royal Victoria Marathon is also celebrating 45 years, so it's cool that we have that in common.
Yeah, I still have, my dad brought home the Terry Fox Marathon of Hope t-shirt for me back when he was running. Is it hard to believe it was 45 years ago?
Hard to believe, but yet I live it every day of my life, and you know, I'm a sponge for all things Terry, and to see his legacy is so vibrant 45 years later is really something I'm very proud of, and I like to hang around his legacy and see the impact he continues to have on all Canadians.
Yeah. Are you blown away by it? Because it hasn't subsided, it hasn't stopped. In fact, if anything, it's on a climb.
I'm close to it, Jeff, but I agree it is growing, and I think it's because of, you know, we're passing the story on to the next generation. Over 10,000 schools across this country hosted Terry Fox runs this year. So his story is with the next generation. So Terry's in good hands.
Yeah. Good seeing you, my friend. Awesome. Yeah, there's Daryl Fox.
Thank you.
And that's it.
It's over?
Just like that. Didn't that feel very fast to you?
Yeah, it went by fast. It probably didn't go as fast for a lot of the runners out there today, but hats off to all the volunteers, the organizers, and everyone that lined up at the start line and made it across the finish line. Always a special day, and here's a look back at some of the great sights and sounds of the 45th Royal Victoria Marathon.
We were married 15 years ago, October 10th, 2010, and we walked across the finish line. So it's 15 years now. We're just walking across again as a celebration for our anniversary.
Yeah. So if you wanted to drop to a knee and redo that proposal, we'd get it on TV.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I think so. It's your big moment.
Will you marry me?
Yes, again.
Okay.